I am a first generation college student, just like many other students are. We have had to deal with difficulties that other students haven't had to deal with because our parents were not able to guide us during the application process for colleges. According to the UC website, only 41% of undergraduates are first generation. Many high school students, including myself, don't know how to apply for UCs in state schools, so they end up going to a community college and not finishing through. I had no motivation to go to a four-year college straight out of high school because I was a troublemaker in high school. I decided to move away to Sacramento to go to a community college up there and live with my cousins. I lasted only 5 months there and decided that it would be better for me to move back home and start at the community college in my hometown because I already took a placement test there that placed me in higher classes than the classes I was taking in Sacramento. At this point, I decided I needed to start focusing and work hard so that I could end up transferring to a four-year, since I saw so many people at community college for years on end, and I did not want to be one of those people because I thought it was extremely embarrassing. I didn't want to be an embarrassment to my parents, and I wanted to show them that I could be the first child to go to a college and graduate. I wasn't fully alone in this process because my cousin went through the same situation with college a year before me. My cousin had to grow up fast when her mother passed away. When high school came around, she was always on her own and really strived to get good grades during high school so that she could have the opportunity to apply to as many colleges as possible for a better chance of getting into at least a couple. Data from the Department of Education in 2012 classified 25% of white and Asian American students as first generation students. In contrast, 41% of African American and 61% of Latino students belong to this demographic. According to the National Center for Education Statistics, 34% of undergraduates were the first in their families to go to college in the 2011 to 2012 academic year. An additional 28% of undergraduates had parents with at least some college experience, but not a bachelor's degree.
Hi, my name is Adriana Bubalos, and I'm a first generation college student. I'm going to be answering these questions, and I'll just say the number before I answer them. The first question, tell me a time when an advisor made it more difficult for you to graduate due to being first generation. Well, I remember being in high school, and a lot of my friends either didn't care at all about school and wasn't going to college, or cared a lot and they had families that were really emotionally, mentally, physically, and financially supportive of them. So I felt like kind of in between because I wanted to go the college path, but I didn't know how. And so I'd meet with advisors, and I felt like advisors weren't prepared to help kids that had no idea but had total potential. They would say things like, oh, just Google it, oh, figure it out, ask your tutor, oh, ask your friends, like, oh, I don't know that exact answer, instead of helping me find it. So I feel like advisors could be a little bit more cognizant of how first generation students have no tools but have the brains, and guide them a little bit longer. Sorry, my phone messed up. Question 2, how did you know how to apply for schools when no one in your family knew? I asked my friends, I researched and watched a lot of YouTube videos. I also just would make spreadsheets with each college I wanted to apply to, and different like deadlines and things like that, so I could stay organized because I knew no one was going to do it for me. Question 3, how did it feel being able to succeed when all odds were against you? Well, my dad had 3 kids, and his dream for all of his 3 kids was to get them all through college. So when I finally graduated from college, it felt really amazing. It felt like a weight had been lifted from my shoulders, not only of work, but of expectations I had to fulfill. And I felt like, okay, finally, I am an adult free of my parents' path. And
I Am First, a poem by a first generation student. I am first, first to rise with the sun, peeking through my curtains, encouraging, cheering behind the buildings, to get up and begin to get things done. I am first. First to smell the coffee brewing and the pastries warming. Sweet treats that inspire the energy to kick in and start motivating. I am first. First to begin with books and pens and thoughts. tucked away in a corner, created an oasis between headphones, a tiny nook to explore what the future could have in store. I am first. To succeed, to fill out forms that far exceeded all familiarity, to take tests that were no more than a page, to study until my eyes close, to stress until I can't breathe. I am first. To fail, to receive red ink painted on paper, to see grades nearing close to Z, to see a bank account drain and see worry increase, because money does not, nor has ever, come cheap. I am first. To fall so hard that nothing feels like it will get better. To cry until nothing can get better, because nobody you know and love and trust knows how to make it better. I am first. To have dreams begin to come true, to have a lasting smile, a permanent song within my heart, playing tunes of joy and pumping beats of exhilaration, while everything finally falls into place. I am first. To have every lesson learned turn into a meaning, a value, a truth, a story for those who will follow after mine. I am first to experience it all, to gain every success, to fail miserably and recklessly, to ride every high and plummet to every low, to experience all the moments in between. I am first. I am stressed. I am pulled in all sorts of directions, trying to figure it all out by myself. I am happy. I am conquering. I am the difference. I am first generation.